Over 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. It's not always because they don't earn enough, it's often because they don't really know where their money is going. Every day, dollars leak through the cracks, unnoticed. This is more common than we think. Those small, everyday purchases feel harmless, right? A $6 coffee here, a $3 app there. But when you step back, those tiny leaks become a flood. Suddenly, hundreds of dollars are gone, and you barely noticed. Most people avoid budgeting because they think it's restrictive or complicated. But tracking your spending is just about awareness. It's like shining a flashlight into a dark cavern, not judging what you find, just seeing clearly. Here's the truth: we can't fix what we don't understand. That's why this challenge is about opening your eyes, not blaming your past. You might feel shocked, but that shock can be empowering. This is just the beginning of your money adventure. Imagine looking back at your week and realizing you spent $130 without even thinking about it. That happened to me. And it might be happening to you too. Hey friends, I'm Sam, and welcome to Sam the Finance Channel, where smart money moves start here. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and join a community that's making smarter, simpler money decisions every day. This video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. I'm breaking down why tracking every dollar you spend for just 7 days could change your entire financial mindset. We'll go step by step, real and relatable, so stick around. Let's dive in. Your wallet will thank you later. Ever feel like you're just swiping and tapping without thinking? That's invisible spending, and it sneaks up on you when you least expect it. It's like walking through a fog with your wallet wide open. You don't see the money leaving until it's gone. It's just like snacking in front of the TV. You're not really hungry. But you grab a bite, then another, and suddenly, the bag's empty. Spending works the same way. It's mindless until it's done. John went out to grab one thing, just one. But by the time he got home, he'd spent $45. It's like money just flew out of his pocket while he wasn't looking. Awareness is like turning on a flashlight in the dark. You don't have to change anything yet, just notice where the money's going. Start tracking every dollar for 7 days. You might be surprised by what you find. Before we dive in, let's set the tone. Imagine starting an epic quest not with a sword, but with a pen and a notebook. For the next 7 days, you're tracking every single coin like a treasure hunter. This is your money adventure. First step: create your money journal. It can be anything: a notebook, your phone, or even a spreadsheet. What matters is that you write down every dollar you spend. Think of it like starting your travel journal before the real journey begins. The real trick: keep it with you always. Just like a compass, your money journal guides you through your day. Whether you're buying coffee or tipping a street artist, write it down. Make it a habit, not a hassle. Track everything. Not just the big stuff, yes, even that 50-cent gum from the vending machine. Every little dollar is a step forward on this adventure. Like counting steps on a wild hike, it all adds up. After tracking for a week, don't just total the numbers, go deeper. What story do your expenses tell? Patterns hide beneath receipts, and they whisper truths. Your spending habits are talking, are you listening? I realized that $5 $8 takeout meals weren't about hunger at all, they were about stress. Each order came after a long, exhausting day. It wasn't food he needed, it was relief. Your receipts can reveal emotions you didn't know you were spending on. Try putting every expense into a category. Was it a need, a want, or an emotional reaction? This simple act gives you clarity. You'll start seeing patterns like impulse buys after arguments, or treats after tough days. Categorizing helps you gain control, not feel guilty. The real shocker: most spending is emotional. But once you see the triggers, you can respond instead of react. Awareness gives you power. Now, you're steering the ship, not the storm. Track every dollar you spend for 7 days. You might be shocked too. Ever thought, it's just $5? We all have, but those small spends, they sneak up on you. Imagine losing $5 every single day. That's $150 gone by the end of the month. That's like tossing your dreams into the wind without realizing it. Think of it like a tiny hole in a boat. At first, you're floating fine, but leave it long enough and you'll slowly sink, not with a splash, but with a slow drag downward. Small leaks lead to big trouble. So here's your challenge. Pick one small daily expense and track it for 7 days. Maybe it's coffee, snacks, or streaming. Watch how fast it adds up. Awareness is your first step to control. Sometimes we avoid tracking our money because deep down, we're scared of what we might find. It's like opening a door you know hides a mess, so you leave it shut. But the longer we avoid it, the worse it gets. It's human, and it's okay. John once found a monthly charge he'd been paying for 8 months and hadn't used once. He felt a wave of guilt and shame. But the truth, we've all been there, and it's never too late to take the wheel again. Avoiding your finances is like never checking your bank account and just hoping everything's fine. It might feel safe in the short term, but it's risky in the long run. You can't steer a ship if you never look at the compass. Awareness is your greatest tool. This isn't about feeling guilty, it's about taking back control. You're the captain, and it's time to reclaim your ship. Tracking isn't punishment, it's your map. Every dollar tells a story and you deserve to know what it's saying. When you start tracking your money, something surprising happens. You begin to pause. You don't just tap buy now on impulse. That tiny hesitation is actually powerful. It's the start of becoming aware. It's like keeping a food diary, but for your wallet. When you write it down, you naturally get more intentional. You realize, wait, do I really need this? That moment of reflection changes everything. John used to hit buy now without thinking, but after just a few days of tracking, they started asking, is this worth it? That simple question started saving them money and stress. The difference was real. You don't need a strict budget to change. Just tracking reshapes your habits over time. Like any great quest, the map isn't the treasure, but it shows you where you're going. That's the real win. After 7 days of tracking, now it's time to decide what comes next. You don't need to track every single day forever. Think of it more like a reset. Just like a detox, it clears your habits and helps you start fresh. So let's use it as a tool, not a chore. Make it a habit to check in weekly or monthly. Just like checking a map on a hike, reviewing your money helps you stay on course. You'll begin noticing patterns like spending traps or growth spots. That awareness becomes your financial compass. Now reward yourself. Pick one small change, like skipping one coffee out a week, and reroute that money to a savings goal. Celebrate that small win. Every step forward counts more than you think. You can move to digital tools now, if that helps. But doing it manually first makes you more mindful. It's like feeling every step on the trail before using a bike. Let those first 7 days build awareness, then upgrade your tools. That's how habits last. In just 7 days, you can discover where your money really goes, what triggers your spending, and how small tweaks can make a big difference. It's not about being perfect, it's about being aware. That's how real change begins. If you found this helpful, like this video, subscribe to Sam the Finance channel, and share this with a friend who needs a money reset. Tell me in the comments, what was the most surprising thing you discovered when you tracked your spending? This is Sam the Finance channel, where smart money moves start here. Until next time, keep your dollars working for you, not disappearing behind your back. Take care, friends.